It's European Cars Collector again. I know it's been a few days since the last time you saw my new video, so sorry for that. I was a little bit busy. It wasn't my fault, so I hope you don't mind. In my last video you had a chance to see some of my American football cars from the 90s, so today I would like to show you some of my baseball cars from the 80s and the 90s. I have them for some time now, and I'm a fan of baseball from that era, so I really like those cars. And I know they are very cheap today, but who cares? It's all about fun, so remember about it. Such players like Wade Boggs, Gary Sheffield are the people I really respect. And one of the best World Series games for me was a game between Indians and Marlins back in '97. So it was a long time ago, and it was also one of the longest games at the time. So we had a lot of great players there and a lot of great managers like Jim Leyland, for example. So it was a great game. And by the way, I mentioned Sheffield. He played for the Martinez back then, and before the game he told his teammates that they should win for Leyland, because as you probably remember, he was a manager for over probably 10 years then, and he never had a chance to win World Series trophy. So it wasn't an easy game, but at the end Marlins were the winners, and it wasn't also a good game for Sheffield. But you know, stories like that makes the game become an unforgettable experience, and that's how this game was for me actually. So let's go down some memory lane today, and I would like to start with my cars from Donruss Company. They came from 1984. So the first one is Ted Simons. He was a catcher for the Brewers back in the days, and as you see, this card is bigger than those cards you can buy today, so it's pretty unusual today. Of course, if you're lucky enough, you can find some even bigger cards. Look here, it's not a baseball card, of course. It came from Panini Soccer Series. It's Champions League edition, so you have James Rodriguez here, but as you see, it's a limited edition card. So it's pretty unusual to find cards like that today, but back in the days, if we're talking about baseball cards, yes, that's how they made them. So they were pretty big. And you have Ted Simons here, as I told you before, and that's how it looks in the back. He wasn't pretty happy here, but you have a different photograph, his name, surname, and of course a lot of stats here. The first one came from 1968. So he was a veteran player back in the days. Another one is, I won't read the surname, sorry for that, but his name is Doug, that's all I know. He played for the Angels, of course. So that's how it looks in the front. And of course, here we have, he was a very happy back in the days, right? Not like that Simons. So you have a photograph, different photograph here, of course, name, surname, and again, a lot of stats. Another one I have is Ron Guidry. He was a pitcher for the Yankees at the time. So here we have the front, and here we have the back. And I also have Jim Clancy. He was a pitcher for Blue Jays. Here we have him in the front, and here you have him in the back. And the last one I have is for people like me, so the Indians fans. You have Bert Blyleven. He was a pitcher for the Indians in 1984. So here we have him, and that's how it looks in the back. Now, I have some, well, something pretty interesting, I guess. Look here. They came from 1988, probably. Here we have Charlie Hogg from the Rangers. Here we go. And that's how it looks in the back. So you have some informations here, a little bit of stats, and pretty nice photograph here. I have only 3 such things. Now I have Ryan Sandberg. He played for Chicago Cubs. So here you have him, and that's how it looks in the back. And I also have Eric Davies. He was a player for the Reds. He played for the Reds at that time. So that's how it looks in the front, and of course the back looks similar to others. Now I have some cards from 1990. I have Dave Collins. He played for the Tigers. That's how it looks. But if you look in the back, you don't have any photograph here. You only have some stats, some informations, and of course some highlights here. That's how they made cards in 1990. It came from the Donruss company. Yes. And another one from that series is Doug Sykes. He played for the New York Mets. Here you have him. Yes. And the back looks similar. So no photograph in the back. That's how they made cards back in the days. And I also have another card from 1990. I have Kurt Gibson. It's from the All-Stars series. And it was printed by Topps Company. So that's how it looks in the front. Kurt Gibson, All-Star National League. And pretty nice in the back because you have a little information about this player and a little bit of stats here. So it came from the Topps. And now I have some cards from the beginning of the 90s. Now I have card from 1994. It's stat leader Randy Johnson from the Seattle Mariners. It came from the Upper Deck Collector's Choice card. That's how it is in the front. Yes. So you have Randy throwing the ball, and you have different back. Pretty nice back here. No photograph, but a lot of informations. If you will read this back, you will know what you will find next. So you have a list of players from that series. And another one I have is Dave Martinez. It came from the Score Select series. It was printed in 1993. It was printed by Pinnacle brand. And of course printed in USA. So you have Dave Martinez here. That's how it looks in the front, and the back looks like this. So you have a lot of information here, a little bit of stats, his name, surname, position, and of course different photograph. Now I have, well, I'm a fan of Smoltz, so I have John Smoltz here. It came from the Fleer Ultra series. It's from the 1992. He played for the Braves back in the day, so you have him without Bert. Yes. And look in the back. You have two photographs here. Young John Smoltz. Pretty nice card. And another one I have is probably from the same era. Is from probably 1992. You have two players here. I have Danny Turtable from New York Yankees and Bunny Belinga from New York Mets. Look here. Pretty nice one. You have number here. And if you look in the back, you will have a hologram. Yes. So I really like this card. And another one I have, well, it looks pretty old, but it came from the 1990. It's Rickey Henderson here from the Athletics. Here you go. But look at the back. Dream Team. Rickey Henderson. A lot of information here. So it's pretty nice. You have a lot of things to read. And again, I have something for the Indians fans. So of course, it's also for me. I have Steve Davies. He was a pitcher for the Indians back in 1990. So here we go. That's how it looks in the front, and here we have the back. So we have a different photograph, a lot of stats, a lot of informations, his name, surname, his position, and some informations about this player again. And I also have Leo Gomez. He played for the Orioles back in the days. He's from the Donruss 1992 series. Here we go. He was probably catching the ball at the time. But if you look in the back, that's pretty nice, huh? It's pretty nice looking back. You have a lot of informations and of course some stats. And of course different photograph. So it was pretty nice back in the days. They always put different photographs in the backs. So, well, the cards were more interesting thanks to that, I guess. Now I have something from the 4 Sports series. I have probably about 4 or 5 cards like this, but today I will show you only one of them. I have Kevin Witt. Look at him. He played for the minor league back in the days, so here you have this player at the back of this card. And now I have a card from, it's from the 1996 or 95, but look here, it's 95, yes, it's from the 1995. He played for the Rangers. Pretty nice one, yes. And if you look at the back, it's always, I mean, I don't know, well, I hope you will agree with me, but if you look at those cards from the 90s, and you know they are cheap and you can't sell them, and you won't probably earn any money from them, but, well, they have something special in them. I don't know if you agree with me, but every time I look at those cards, I see not only a lot of history, I mean, I feel this history, and every time I catch this card, I have it in my hands, I have a feeling that I am grabbing this history, you know. I don't know how to explain it, but there's something different, you know. Today you have a lot of cards with the same photographs in the back. You have a lot of cards with, you know, some stats or no informations or I don't know. But when I look at those cards from the 90s, they have soul, you know. They have history in them. So I treat them very special, you know. They have a lot of meaning for me. And there are a lot of things I would like to tell you, but because, you know, English is not my native language, I have a lot of problems to, you know, to speak my mind here. But I hope you will understand, and I hope you will agree with me. Another card I have is from the Donruss studio, and it's not from the 90s, it's from the beginning of 21st century, but I thought I'm gonna show you this. It's from Donruss Studio 2001. You have Brad Penny here. He was a pitcher for the Marlins. It's a pretty nice one. You have a picture and the white color here. And if you look at the back, it's pretty nice too. You have a lot of information, different photographs, some stats. You know, everything is in the place. In the right place here. So you have only this space and you have a lot of information here. So it's pretty different from today's trading cards. And this card looks, it also from the beginning of 21st century. It's from the Bowman Heritage. They look pretty old, and you have a feeling that those players are dead, actually, if you look at those cards, but that's how they look in the front. You have Sean Cassie here. He played for the Reds, of course. But I have a lot of them, actually. You have a lot of information here. And I like those cards. I really like those cards. They have something in them. I don't know, maybe they are not pretty nice, but I like them. I have a lot of them. And now I would like to show you my Lee Smith card, and I have it with his autograph. It came from the Upper Deck Collector's Edition, Choice Edition. So here we have, he played for the Orioles back in the day, and here we have his autograph, and of course, that's how it looks in the back. A lot of stats, and great photograph here. Now something for the Indians fans. So if you watch this video and you are an Indian fan, I hope you will like this cards. And now, because I have Albert Belle here, look at this card. What a nice card you have here. Yes, look here. You have the photograph on the left side, and you have hologram in the right side. So it's moving. Every time you are moving the card, this hologram is moving too. And here we have some stats here. Pretty nice card. I really like this card. And another one I have is from the 90's. I have Castillo here. Yes, he played for the Indians. And that's how it looks in the back. And I also have Cory Schneider from the same series. It was printed by Topps Company. Here we go. And the last one I have, well, I thought I'm gonna show you those cards because they are pretty nice. The first one is Doug Godden. He played for the Mets back in the days. He was smiling here. Yes. Young Doug Godden. Yes. But here you have Godden throwing the ball, and look at his face. I mean, I'm always smiling when I look at this card. Yes, the man in action. Look at his face. Pretty nice one. And again, he's smiling here. A lot of information, some stats, name, surname. That's how they made cards in the 90's. So that's it. I just showed you my baseball cards collection from the 80's, from the 90's, and some of my cards from the beginning of 21st century. I really like those cards. I mean, I know they are pretty cheap and there is no reason to sell them today, but they have a lot of history in them, and I really like those cards. And every time I look at those cards, I have a feeling that I am grabbing this history in my hands. So it's all about reading stats, reading those informations, and looking at those photographs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I should make a shout out. So I would like to say hi to Brick Gamer. Be sure to check his channel. He have probably about 2 videos in his channel right now. And of course, look at Matthew Shevchik channel too, because he have a lot of great videos there. And he have a video from the Progressive Field at the Indian Stadium. Great video. I would like to be, I would like to go there one day, but you know, I live in Europe, so it's only a dream today, but maybe one day I will have a chance. So be sure to check those 2 channels, and if you want me to make a shout out here in my videos, just let me know and I will do it for sure. So thank you once again for watching, and wait for my next video. Bye bye.